everybody. This is your girl, Melissa Renee, with our mixologist. You like that one,
I said I like surprises, but Evita Nicole.
You didn't like that?
What was that?
The mixologist.
The mixiest.
You don't like that?
The mixiest.
I like the mixiest.
I can't even say that.
Mixiest.
And then mixologist after that.
That's what make it cute. Cause you the mixiest mixologist. You got mixologists out here, but you the mixiest.
I like surprises. Oh Lord.
You didn't like that? I just feel like
mixiest.
Mixy?
Like I feel like I should have shimmy too.
Yeah, mix it. Okay.
You know you got the one bra, you can shimmy.
Well, anyways, we're here with episode 25. And you did not come up with a name for this.
It's very special.
Oh, yes, this is very special.
This is the VS episode. Very special. We're sipping on some very special cognac.
And if you're watching this is the 25th episode, but we have a VSOP episode coming at you. But you gotta follow Spotify, follow us on Acre FM, follow us on Apple Music, and you gotta like our Facebook page and our group.
Drinks and discussions.
If you want to see us live on that
Having a bad day at work, click on the group.
Oh yeah, it'll get you. It'll make you laugh. It'll get you in the good mood. You know what I'm saying? But y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all do all of that so y'all can get that bonus episode, or as we call it, the VS, the very special episode. But now we're gonna get into today's topics because we kind of on the school system. You know, I had someone ask me to talk about teachers and, you know, like make that a subject and everything. But I didn't talk about it yet, you know, from a teacher's perspective. They wanted us to have that conversation and I didn't bring it up. So I feel like it's the right time to bring up everything dealing with the school, from teachers being, you know, I guess feeling like they're not getting paid like they should, from the school system, you know, all of that good stuff.
Yeah. My thing is, I appreciate teachers. Let me say that first, because I do. You know, you guys, I could kind of compare y'all a little bit to police officers. Because you have good ones. You have bad ones. Yes, you put your life at risk. And, you know, the good ones, they, no matter what, they're going to speak on all teachers' behalves and overlook the bad ones, just like police officers. So,
don't be calling people kids bad. People kids ain't bad. They just, you know, some a little touched.
I don't know about that. But anyway, I wanted to bring up today. So, someone I know, she posted on Facebook. She was like, do you think this is right or wrong? And she said that her son had worked on a project really hard. You know, she saw him doing this project. You know, he put his all into it. And he came back with a 0. So she was wondering why he came back with a 0. And he said it was because the teacher did not receive his project. He didn't put his name on it. So she threw it in the trash.
Now, you know that was Betty Patty, teacher.
Like, you know,
that was Patty.
If we're talking about bullying in schools, like, I feel like that's what the teacher did. Used she used her power. She abused her power. And she bullied him.
Or was she sick of it? And I mean SICCUD.
I don't care how sick of it. I don't care how sick of you is. These children not putting their name on their paper. Like, even as adults,
you could have put some points off.
Even as adults, when we work and we forget to clock in, you know, I have employees, they forget to clock in. I can't say, well, you didn't clock in, I'm not gonna pay you. That's the labor law.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you received someone's work. Granted, it didn't have a name on it. And you're sick of having who work is this section, but it happens, you know.
But she could have easily just She could have found out who it was. And for you going out of your way having to figure out who paper was, take some points off.
Yeah, take points
If they
off.
had an A, you know what? You would have had an A, but now you got a B. Because you
Okay.
ain't put your name on it. Because you wasn't paying attention, or you was being lazy.
There are teachable
or you
moments.
was rushing.
That was a teachable moment, but that wasn't the way to do it. Like,
yeah.
and then the little boy scared, don't want his mama to say nothing.
Cause she was sick of it.
For
she was
fear of
like,
retaliation, you know.
That's a whole nother subject
See?
I'm gonna get on to. But here's the thing. So y'all know it was the whole situation about the boy. The teachers was doing the sit out and stuff. You remember what it was a couple months ago, or was it doing some? When was it? Was it last?
Oh,
year?
when the it was. I want to say maybe between April and May.
Yeah, it was the sit out. The teacher sit out for.
It was
them
a
to get,
national walkout type day
for them to
whatever.
get paid more, because they aren't getting paid more. And I do feel strongly that there is no reason for a teacher to work basically 8+ hours out of the day, and they have to get a second job. That's ridiculous.
It is. I worked in high school with a teacher. He tutored me. I think his name was Dan. Dan was a math teacher. I think at airport.
That's
and he worked a second job. You know, he came to the fast food restaurant to work.
And you have to
extra money.
Because you gotta understand, how can a teacher be at their best to come in and teach these children if I gotta pull all-nighter or another shift just to make ends meet?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I come in as a teacher and be, you know, committed, be, you know what I'm saying, at my best to be able to take on whatever challenges these young people have coming into my classroom? You know, everybody knows if you're under pressure, if you're feeling, you know, if you're you thinking about your bills you got to pay and how you going to make ends meet, like that doesn't, it doesn't give you the
with you
best.
saying that could have been, that would be why teachers throwing kids work in trash cans instead of just saying who work is this, because they're stressed.
But at
the end of the day, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse because you're stressed as an adult. The child is stressed as a kid. You know, you don't know what that kid is going through. And here you go. That could have been the straw.
That broke the camel's
back.
That
could have been the straw.
I completely understand why teachers want to get paid more.
Oh, they deserve it.
They do.
However, for 8 hours with my children and somebody else's kid in the classroom either.
I'm going to be quite honest with you. However, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to all my teachers on my timeline, on my Facebook. Shout out to Nisha and Naya. And
you are strong women.
You know, I appreciate y'all, but I'm going to be real. Dealing with the teachers that I've dealt with, I'm sorry, they don't need to get paid. No, they need to get paid exactly what they're being paid, because the ridiculousness, and I don't care if it's not a word, it's a word today, of what I have to go through as a parent. Why I got to come to school and do your job? Why do I have to have a meeting with you and the student and do your job to bring reason and logic to a situation, because you childish
Those are bad teachers.
And you're immature?
There are some teachers who don't they pay student loans or something? They do something. Some of them get perks. Whatever perks teachers get, clearly it's abused by those who don't have the passion for it. There are some teachers who just did not have the passion. I mean, being in a public school system, you could tell.
You could tell.
Yeah, you had those teachers I had teachers who I didn't learn anything from them. Nothing. Not even a damn life skill. It was just come in, shut up, sit down. And I pretty much copied the work you want me to copy. That's just pretty much, they treated it like I'm babysitting you. And there are some teachers, you know, who go the extra mile. You know, teachers who left a long impression.
And teachers who intimidate. I'm sorry, I ain't going to say no names about this particular teacher, because I know A lot of my fellow Columbia High students was very fond of her. But I'm sorry, I can't learn if you intimidate me and scare me. And you know who I'm talking about, especially when I ain't good at math.
If her name like a car.
Yes, her name is like a car. I'm going to say it, Miss Ford. I'm sorry, I'm going to say Miss Ford. Like, I think she had great intentions, but she just intimidated the hell out of me. Girl, I didn't even like asking her questions, because when you ask her questions, she'll look at you like you asked her something. So, well, listen here, shit, goddamn, I'm not good at math. Okay, so goddamn it, I might need you to tell me a couple more times. Help me, help you, like, you know. But now I'm gonna say on a personal level, like when it would be me and her by herself, and she would just talk to me, and we would just have, talks. Like, she was good. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it just came like when I was in that classroom and she asked that question and you sweat beads be coming down you be like, I don't know.
She did like calling people to that board.
Yeah, and if you ain't, and then you felt dumb because she would say something like, sit down. Like, the whole point
I actually learned in her class, though.
The whole point is
she broke math down. For me, that was understandable. Now, keeping up with the notebook stuff, that just, it became too much. I had a lot going on in my life my senior year in high school.
Listen.
I mean, no more, it wasn't that much. But to me, it was a lot going on, and keeping up with a notebook was just too much.
Here's my thing. If anybody talked to me, they already know. For one, I feel like the way our teaching, the way the system is, especially down south, the way our system is set up down south as far as teaching and education, I feel like it's jacked up. Because it's like, this whole country of United States is set up on conforming. It's like everything is towards trying to get people to conform to this type of lifestyle, conform to, getting married, conform to the fact that the American lifestyle, you gotta get a job, and conform to the point when it comes to education, it's the same way. It's like y'all want everybody to conform to one way of learning, but we're different. We don't learn the same. Learning isn't as effective in certain ways as others. Some people are auditory learners. They can learn just by hearing. You know what I'm saying? Some people have to be visual learners. Like, I got to see it. You know what I'm saying? And some people have to be learners that actually do it. Like, I gotta, and some might be all three. I got to hear it, I got to see it, and I have to do it. But nobody wants to take that in consideration. And we act like that's normal, but it's not. Because when you grow up and you get into the workforce, you don't do a job. You don't conform to a job if you're not skilled at that job. You don't get hired to do that job. You don't do that job because that's not what you're good at. You do what you're good at.
Right.
So why wouldn't that be the same thing of teaching people as far as how they get their education? Wouldn't you teach them the way that they are effectively learning and not the way you want them to?
There are some teachers who have that as an argument, who, they want more maybe hands-on or certain things implemented, like at my kids' elementary school. One of their schools, they have a classroom for more of a hands-on, we do centers type thing than just the structured table, table and desk, whatever, chair and desk classroom setup. And that is, they have multiple grades in there. They have it's like a multi-age room or something like that. But anyway, they have like first, second, third graders in that one classroom. So they kind of learn from each other, and they're kind of experimenting with it. Obviously, it's doing good because now I think they have two classes like that. And the kids get to, they come in there at first grade, they stay with that same teacher, which is very important, because just like we don't like change in the workplace, it's the same thing for kids. Like, they may work better, with another teacher or whatever. And if it doesn't work out, you can just pull your kid out. But there are some teachers who recognize that, this way of learning it's not gonna work. Like Common Core, the shit is stupid. To come up with you make a problem,
who did that? Somebody was
solve
lazy.
a problem.
Not lazy. Somebody thought they came up.
No, they had too much time on their hands.
Girl,
too much time. Too much time.
I'm too mad at that court. Take that shit where y'all got
Take
that
thank
shit
goodness
back.
our
And how you
schools
gonna
don't
teach
have
people?
to practice that, but there was a time where my kid's school in Columbia, he had to do Common Core.
And I'd be like, hell no. And how am I supposed to help him? Because I don't know how to do that shit. And I'm not going to act like I do because it's a waste of time. A waste of freaking time. But like you said, going back to it, like that's how it should be. I feel like instead of testing kids on, testing them on test them on how they learn. That's what you should be testing them on. Test them on where their strengths at and how they
taking
learn.
a test like that in elementary school, and they kind of told us like what type of learner we.
Yeah, they told you that, and
but
then
they didn't do anything about it.
In the
it was
class
like
with some papers,
yeah,
and told you, and that's why people say
like
that the public school system is nothing but what they say is a what you call it, a fast track or whatever to the prison system. It's the same thing. That's why they say that, because everything is about conformity and doing things the way it's nothing is about trying to elevate, educate, inspire, or motivate any of these children. Not at all. Even to the curriculum of what they teach. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have children coming to school, and this another thing too. I'm sorry, I feel like teachers should get paid more, because I feel like teachers should have a degree in psychology. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever that counsel is of learning and understanding people, period.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
Because I'm sure the teachers
have
can
to
say
be
this
more
before I can, that they are counselors.
Yeah, y'all are counselors.
They're
y'all not
social
just
workers.
Teachers. Exactly, like, because when these children come into these classrooms, teachers have to deal with more than just, I gotta teach you. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I gotta figure out what's causing you from learning, like what's distracting you from me teaching you. Now I have to be a counselor. Now I have to find out what's going on at home.
What question irritates me? Especially when a teacher tries to pretend like there wasn't a change in your classroom. You rather call me and say, well, such and such is just acting out of character. Is there anything going on at home? Maybe.
Child,
bitch.
That's what that band teacher, she tried that shit, but I had to remind her, no, maybe it's because of the fact that you called my phone and tried to tell me to talk to my son and persuade my son and quit in bed because you didn't want him in your class. That's what it is, bitch. See, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of teachers I have to deal with. You probably sitting here right now like, what? So I'll give you the deets. My son is in band. He has a band teacher. From what my son has told me, she tends to make people cry because I guess she's very passionate about teaching band. So when she feels like they're not hitting the notes, when they're not hitting the notes the way they're supposed to, she fusses at them. And she yells and she screams and all that. And, some kids start crying. Of course, not my son. My son ain't going to cry because my son look at that as challenge. So, like, you ain't going to make me cry. Let's go. Now I talk to my son about stuff like that. Like, listen, even when he was telling me about her making students cry, I was like, well, listen, you know what I'm saying? And I know my son to a certain extent, so I could feel like he's seeing how she's treating people, and it's making him feel a certain type of way. But I still talk to my son about that and be like, listen, if you on the basketball team, if you on the football team, if you're in any kind of situation, like, you're going to have...
Oh, yeah, like sports, you're going to have coaches
they're going to cuss
at
you. They're going to yell at you because they just want you to do better. They want you to do the best they can. And sometimes some adults don't know the best way to getting the best out of people. So they tend to cuss and get frustrated. And we know that's not the best way because that could push people away. That might not be effective, but that's just how the world is. Because instead of me being the parent who sits there and be like, she shouldn't be talking to you like that, I try to teach my son about the world. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not about to pull you out of every class or every activity that you feel like an adult is fussing and being mean to you. Well, that's life. You know what I'm saying? That mean you ain't gonna go to work. That mean you ain't gonna go grocery shopping when that person cuss your ass out saying you gonna like you know like so you exactly. So I mean, yeah, you have to teach your children in life. Okay, yeah, you know that's why I tell my kids, you know, teachers have bad days too. They're human. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not the type of person who, soon as a teacher fuss or gets irate with the child, the first thing I'm doing is like, oh, who the bitch? Who the fuck? You know, I don't do those things.
Did you talk to her?
What, when that happened? No, I didn't say nothing. I said, Ace, I said, did you cry? No. Okay, then. You good. You didn't cry. You need to let it go. Teachers have bad days, too. If it ain't kill you, move on. If she ain't say nothing about your mama and your dad and told you fuck you twice, move on. It's not a big deal. Let's move on from that. My son continued to move on. This lady contacts me at the end of the year and tells me, yes, mind you, I didn't know my son was in front of her while we were having this conversation till my son came home and repeated the whole conversation. Which he was like, yeah, mama, I heard everything she said, but then when you start talking, she heard but took it off speakerphone. And he told, I said, what you heard me say? And he told me, all I heard you say was, well, first of all. But she called my phone and she says, yes, I want to talk to you about Ace. I know Ace is supposed to be in band next year, but you know, I think it's best if it's a best idea if you kind of talk to him and, you know, let him know it's not a good idea to sign up next year.
Nah, teachers, that's not
I said, and why would you think I would tell him that?
Right.
Oh, well, because, you know, I just don't think he's ready for band. I said, why not? Because, mind you, my son was getting A's. Okay? He brought home 1 B in band. But he was getting A's in the band class. So I'm curious, why not? When he's not making the grades? Are the grades bad? He said, no, the grades ain't bad. I didn't think so because I didn't see the grades as bad. So what's going on? Well, he just, you know, I just have to talk to him. And what do you have to talk to him about? He just, you know, wants to talk and stuff. And, you know, I have to continuously tell him to stop talking. I said, so you want for me to tell my son to quit band because you tired of talking to him about not talking? Yeah. So is there no other students in there you talk to on several occasions about not talking?
All out?
No, she ain't kicking them all out. Well, this has just been going on all year long. And I didn't get a phone call. So clearly it wasn't that bad. Because let me tell you something. If I'm teaching your badass fucking child and your child bad as fuck and I don't talk, I'm calling your ass. You gonna hear from me. Listen here, Miss Such and Such. Girl, I'm trying.
But you know, I've heard some teachers say as soon as they make that phone call, you know, I just want to tell you what's going on. They've heard like, well, kind of like they're like giving a cold shoulder, like, okay,
like that.
This is your problem.
Like Miss Nita, Aunt Nita. Y'all see Aunt Nita? Girl, y'all need to go watch Aunt Nita clip when she at home.
Talking about the guest?
No, not the guest. It's another one, and the kid called home. And the kid like, the nurse called, told me, yeah, he threw up. He's sick. I need you to come get him. I put him on the phone. She told me, nah, what you calling me for? He said, because I threw up. She told me, that's a goddamn lie, because you know I know what you did. Yes, you did. You stuck that fucking finger and put that fucking finger in the back of your fucking throat so you can throw up in front of them white motherfuckers.
I did not see that.
She told me something. You gonna stay there. You think you coming home. You ain't going nowhere. You gonna stay there. So the nurse came back on the phone. Told me, yes, ma'am. Can he sit in the nurse office? Give him a plastic bag. Tell her, man, you can't come. No, I can't. I'm at work. He ain't got no daddy.
The cold shoulder.
So that's what y'all teachers be getting.
That's what they get.
She said that she's talking about, listen, he with y'all for 7 fucking hours of the day. Y'all deal with his ass. Mind you, she's saying this, and she laying in her bed.
Okay, and that's what I know. Some teachers, because I'm not on bashing teachers. There are bad ones.
Y'all can
and I just yes.
Yeah,
while all the while they were walking out to protest for higher pay, I need to know what prerequisites were included in that higher pay request for the ones who ain't doing their job.
Oh, and there's so many.
Shit, there was one just that came back. The bitch drinking and got arrested. Now, she got caught one time. She did it again. Drinking at school.
She's sick of it. Them students getting on her nerves.
And this is high school. It ain't even that bad in high school.
She's sick of it. She got home problems and she got to deal with these fucking high school kids. She's sick of it. Now, you know these kids be having a smart ass mouth.
I'm going to have to look and see what prerequisites y'all, put in that, because all y'all don't deserve higher pay. All y'all, some of y'all deserve just what you getting, because that's what you put into it. Like sometimes you do have to build up your stock with stuff.
I'm glad you said that, because you make a good point. Because I'll hear some teachers make statements to say, well, you got these entertainers or these basketball players, and they getting millions and millions of dollars. But here's the thing. All entertainers and all basketball players don't get millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. These entertainers and basketball players are getting paid on the basis of what they offer and what they have to offer. Mm-hmm. So those basketball players you see sitting on the bench, them niggas ain't getting paid no fucking millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Some of them niggas contracts, like they living in regular apartment complexes, living in regular housing developments. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get endorsements so they can get more money. But they ain't walking around getting paid.
Teachers that are proven to produce, but then see what teachers is just. I know it's hard.
I feel like they should get a base,
because some that are in better school districts, they get paid more. Because,
what I'm saying is, I said that to say this, to say like, don't necessarily compare it to, basketball players or entertainers and stuff like that, because their pay is based off of what they can produce. An entertainer who can't make no good music,
based off of what's being brought in too.
Yeah, but they don't get paid. You don't see a horrible ass entertainer making millions of dollars. Somebody like they ass, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody paying tickets to go see them. Same thing with a basketball team. Yeah,
you got
the whole point
people filling up arenas and stuff that's helping pay their salary.
Yeah,
so
it's not. You can't compare it to that. So what it should be compared to is, for one, should y'all have a base pay increase? Yes, I do feel like their base pay, as far as what they start off with, should increase. Now, I feel like they should get raises, and I feel like they should get raised just like any other job. When you come, you do the
South Carolina's so slack.
Yeah, they don't do that. But if you do what it is, you have a whatchamacallit before.
You talking about performance review?
Yeah, you get a review.
Yeah. They do get reviews and stuff.
Okay, you get a reviews, and then you should get.
But I don't know how their increases.
Your pay increase should be based off of your review.
So teachers, I'm gonna need some of y'all to tell me how some of y'all's pay increase works. Is it just all strictly like district? I don't know if it goes just off the district, because they're state workers or they county workers. They work by the county. They're like if it's like, I guess, Lexington County, Berkeley County.
I don't know, because then you have the districts. The school district.
So I don't know. I think it's based off the county, though. I don't know. Y'all need to educate me on that, because I don't know how it works. I mean, y'all do have to educate us. I want to be there for your walkout, and I do want you to get paid more, but I also need you to do your job.
Now, I can't say half of them not being able to productively do the job that they probably want to do is based off of the school system. And it's based off of funds and not being funded. So they can only do but so much.
That would lead definitely into the ladies who wanted their kids to go to a better school district.
Mm-hmm.
But so they use other people's address for the better school district.
But one thing Killer Mike said that is true is that he was like, he said on the Breakfast Club, he was like, that's some of our problem too, as far as the black community, is that we take our children out of the schools in our community and we try to put them in private school or other places. So potentially what happens when you have people who can afford, who have the money and they're pulling their children out of these more impoverished areas to go to schools elsewhere, you're funding and putting money back into the community where that school is at, while the school that's in your community is losing money, is losing funding. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you probably get the bad teachers, because they just trying to get somebody to fill the spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could work here,
I don't think they have, the same, I guess they don't have the same opportunities being teachers as those in better school districts. I don't know. I know I went to a school that was, it was in a poverty-stricken area for elementary school-wise, but I feel like it shaped me for the best. I wouldn't call, the ones who were there who were considered bad teachers, I'm going to be honest, I felt like some of them, it had to do with race.
Yeah.
It wasn't many white teachers at that school. Literally a handful.
Like I would say, a lot of times, I'm not gonna lie, the teachers that I have dealt with that have been troublesome have been when it comes to dealing with my child. But recently, I have dealt with one who is, and the problem that I have with that one is that, you gotta be, if you can't be, I don't know. I just feel like you said, it come back to the same thing. You can tell teachers who are passionate in what they do and teachers who are there to collect a paycheck and they doing the job. Either they couldn't get the job they want to get, they in limbo trying to figure out what their next move, but it's definitely not because they're passionate about teaching whatever it is they teaching, or they're passionate about being with little kids, or young people, and watching them grow and expanding their minds.
I know it's other teachers out there. Y'all know who them bad teachers are.
I feel like it's like the police system. Like y'all need to start telling on them bad teachers, because one bad apple will spoil the bunch.
It really does.
It makes it look bad when you got one bad apple. And I will say this to parents too. Like, even with me dealing with the situations with both of those teachers, I try to be as diplomatic as possible. I don't try to come in there with the, that's my motherfucking child. But I try to come in there because my whole agenda for my child is that my child is in an environment where he can learn and he feels comfortable and confident in learning. I don't want anything to distract him or deter him from learning and being in that's going to cause problems with his work ethic. If he's doing good, if he's working, I don't want nothing to cause that. And honestly, like, that does happen, because my son, when it came to school, he was enthusiastic to school all the way up until he got to 4th grade. And he had a teacher in 4th grade who was mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, she did stuff like slam the book on the table to get their attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, she would take off, like, they turn in their work. She around here grading them on handwriting. They don't even have handwriting in his school in 4th grade. But she grading them on handwriting and marking everything wrong. And these kids barely pass it. And I know this because I talked to the principal, and the principal like, yeah, she does act like she's really hard. Like, they barely get out that class with a C. But you think that's okay? And
right.
What that does is that affects the morale of these children. That hurts their confidence, their self-esteem, and they don't feel good about coming to your class. So that's another reason why I say I don't mind teachers. I think teachers need to get paid more. You know what I'm saying? But as much as I think teachers need to get paid more, it needs to be a lot more stricter on the teachers you bring in. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not pushing, and if you're not inspiring, and if you're not uplifting these kids, and you're some of the cause of diminishing them and making them feel bad, that's not what you're there to do. You're not there to do that. So if you not, and I'm not saying if you got like, listen, I understand y'all like, wait, these disrespectful bad kids and this, that, and the third, but it's the same thing with cops. Okay, cops deal with criminals. You know, when they say stuff like, I got fear for my life. Too. I got fear for my life. I put my life in jeopardy every day when I go to work. And that's true. You know what I'm saying? And respect for that. You know what I'm saying? But it does not mean, like, if it's to the point where you having a sour outlook on your job, to the point where you like, I be risking my life and fuck this shit, I ain't getting the pay I need, and it's turning you not into a productive police officer or person in the community, and you turning bad, then you might need to, that might be the time when you be like, okay, this ain't for me. This ain't for me no more.
Teachers. It's the same exact thing for teachers. It's comparable.
Yeah.
Don't think it ain't.
If it's getting to the point where it doesn't, your passion ain't in it, it ain't for you for no more. Because if it can be fucking rappers out here who still put their heart in the rapping, and they ain't fucking got a deal yet, but they can still put their heart into it and make their fucking music and do it right. God damn it. If you got your heart in teaching, you gonna teach, and you gonna be a fucking damn good teacher despite what the fuck you getting paid. I'm just saying, when motherfuckers passionate about something, they really like doing it, they could be getting paid 10 cents to $10,000, $10 million, and they gonna still do it with the same love and passion. And if your pay is affecting the passion you have in it, stop doing it.
Yeah, it most likely is not for you.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Stop doing it. Don't do it no more. Like,
But I would also like to say this. Since we're talking about the pay and y'all talk about the lack thereof paid hours that you're getting. When you're salary, there are certain things that you do. That's how they get over on the salary people.
'Cause I worked salary before.
You know, so it's kind of like, you know, you got to do after school events or staying late for meet the teacher, and you're not getting overtime for that. I'm no teacher, not at all. I'm just a little old property manager. But when I got to throw these resident events because I'm salary, I don't get nothing extra to hang out with my residents and put on a smile and shake hands and make sure they have a good time and hand out candy, or I don't know, whatever it is I have to do, I don't get extra for that either. Most salary people don't.
No.
Your salary,
they got one number on me working salary, child. I just knew it, child.
That's how they get over with the salary.
Until I started, I really wasn't getting off at 7.
So maybe there are certain laws that need to be changed for salary workers. And that's why certain things teachers are, you know, doing the walkout for is overlooked, because they're looking like your salary. So maybe there are salary, you know, labor laws that need to be changed. Nevertheless, like, that's the stuff, like, I really didn't understand. You know, using your own money to decorate your classroom, that's your business. I can use my own money to decorate my office, but I don't. The shit is bare. And yes, it makes a better learning experience for the kids, I guess.
Fuck that shit. Do a drive. Do a fundraiser, because what I'm not about to do, because, bitch, I'm broke too, bitch.
Talk about them
I ain't got no motherfucking money, just like your ass ain't got none, bitch. So you're asking me to fucking buy some goddamn dry board erasers and markers, and on your wish list is some Clorox wipes, and on your wish list is some copy paper.
Cotton balls.
Copy paper. Yeah, bitch, you better go at copy paper. Copy paper. Bitch, you know how much copy paper is? And you better go get that from your school system.
You know, kids do have Chromebooks now, so y'all ain't using as much paper as you used to. Some of y'all. especially for the ones with the Chromebook.
Y'all better tell them children. Y'all better take. Remember when we had them overhead projectors?
But I'm gonna be real.
Look, them overhead projectors.
If my little petty cash ran out,
write that shit down in your notebooks, kids.
And they come, Miss Such and Such, you're not doing, like it. Well, my petty cash ran out. So I don't know what y'all gonna do because you didn't give me enough.
Okay.
Decorating your classroom, like, that's your business. Mm-hmm. That is your business. That has nothing to do.
Complaining about that?
That's one of the things that they complaining about. And don't say that's not what it is, because y'all want to have the best decorated classroom with all this shit on the wall, certain center. You want a Disney center. You want a Paw Patrol little area. You want all this other stuff. And then you be like, I bought this with my money. This came out my pocket, bitch, because it ain't a prerequisite for 4th grade to have all of this on your wall. It's really not.
And it get old for children after the first week, child. Trust me, I know.
We just like the end of the year when we were kids to help you take that shit down, and we ain't had to do no work. It did nothing. No. Don't use your petty cash to decorate your classroom. That's your business.
But like you were saying, going back to what's their name, Kelly?
Oh, so yeah, let's talk about the ladies who, they wanted their kids to have a better education at the better school. So they, we all know somebody who done lied about where they really stay so the child can go to a better school district or be in a better school district or whatever, so they can attend a better school. Well, I'm sure a lot of you heard about the two ladies. One is Kelly Bowler and the other is Tanya McDowell. And both of them enrolled their children into a public school districts where they did not reside.
And one of them the Kelly who got a 3-year probation.
Kelly, she was sentenced to 10 days in county jail, 3 years probation, and she had to pay $30,000 in restitution.
And her daddy had to go to jail too because she used her father and mother's address. So they made him go to jail too for that felony. And the same thing with the other young lady, Tanya.
They said Miss McDowell got 12 years, but they tried to claim some of that had to do with other charges.
Well, what I heard looking into the story with Miss McDowell, is that her name?
The one who was sentenced to 12
years. The one who was sentenced for 12 years. What I heard with that was that they hired an investigator. So when she went to enroll her child, they hired an investigator to go follow her. So it had nothing to do with drugs. They was just out to feel like she don't belong here anyways. And mind you, the girl homeless. So what the fuck was she gonna
Miss McDowell's situation was if she was homeless. So her, pretty much using someone's address so her child could go to...
She used her babysitter, the girl who was watching her child. She used her address. And then they turned around and took that girl because the babysitter had benefits. She was on assisted living in public housing. They kicked that girl out of public housing.
Oh, wow.
And they stopped giving her benefits. She had to move to another state.
So we're bringing all of this up. We're talking about schools because that did not happen for these. Who is this? Miss
Lori Laughlin and Felicity Hoffman. You know who Felicity Hoffman was? The lady who played the lawyer on When They See Us. That's who that is. Well,
they pretty much paid, like they were in admission scams, and
one of them paid Felicity Hoffman. I think she paid for the man to change the answers on her daughter's SATs or her son's her child's SATs, so that she could get into a school. And Lori Laughlin, I think her daughter, they padded her daughter's stuff to make it seem like she was in all these type of different extracurricular activities.
While in college.
Yeah. No, while she was in high school, just to make it seem like so she can get, they kind of padded her stuff with a whole bunch of shit that wasn't true. And then I seen the clip of what that girl put up. her daughter, when she said she just came here, she didn't even really want to go to college. She just came here because her parents made her. But she do like this school because they have all the good parties. That's what the bitch said.
I did see a news clipping about that when she said that.
But these women committed felonies.
Yes,
and they ain't nothing happened but a tap on the wrist. Which my thing is, because I watch Juicy, if y'all don't, I do. And she made the statement to say that she didn't think anybody should get any jail time. Which I can feel that. Nobody should really get jail time. I don't think at all Tanya and them should have gotten they should have been made to pay a big old fine.
Women of color.
They could have just withdrew them kids and was like, okay, you got the wrong, you can't come here. So take your kids out and you need to put them in another school. That would have been sufficient enough, wouldn't it? Why did they have to go? Why they have to find them? But see, that's how you know this is more than just about. This is all of this shit is systematic. Even to y'all teachers about y'all not getting paid and stuff like that. Like, all of this shit is systematic. This shit, y'all not getting paid and shit, this fall on the school system. This fall on the school system. And for parents, parents, y'all, this ain't even y'all fight. As my mama say, y'all ain't got no dog in this fight. We as parents don't got no dog in this fight. Because of the fact that we ain't teachers, and it really don't got nothing to do with us, but it has more to do with that school system. And I would fight alongside with the teachers, because what I would be fighting for is the fact that y'all do need better resources so these teachers can better teach my fucking child. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do need to have, either have teachers get degrees in psychology, or y'all need to have like on-site psychologists there. So instead of when that you telling that teacher to call a principal, call a psychologist. If you have a licensed professional psychologist, call a psychologist. Because let me tell you one thing, teenage people don't like to do to child. They don't like to be talking and lecturing child. That's punishment enough. If you be like, you know what? You going to the psychologist, sit down, and you going to have a talk and make them talk.
Now we
make
have
what their issues
we have
are.
better school years now. All because of I don't want to do counseling.
I'm telling you. Talk. Make them damn sure and
talk.
They
don't like it.
They don't want. That's like punishment. It. You think sending them to the office is punishment? And you gotta think about it. Sending them to their parents. Some of them, these children parents don't give a goddamn. They don't do shit to their ass. You know. But
that's a problem. Like, just simply be this is the United States of America, and we have people who have to literally lie still to get their kids in a better school district in America.
Cut. Okay.
We don't in times operate no differently than other countries.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a huge issue. But we all need to, especially us parents, need to figure out certain things. I don't know all the political aspects of it when it comes down to the education system, but there are things that I feel like should be kids in New York should not get offered in some areas, because some areas of New York they get like a damn good education, and then they get down here to the South and it's like, y'all motherfuckers dumb.
Yeah,
y'all just not learning that. Like, it's like, why is it not universal? Because you're trying to conform kids,
because it ain't even that. It's when they come here to our public schools, we dumb. But don't trust and believe. If they take their ass to Daniel Island, they take their ass to all these other damn schools, it be
maybe private schools.
It be totally damn different. Yes, private schools down here is totally different. These kids in private schools down south is learning something totally different from these children in public school. Because it's all about the dollars and it's all about still segregation. People think segregation is over. Segregation is not fucking over.
I did the private school thing, for 1 year. It was awesome.
And of course. They teach something their curriculum is different.
The student to teacher ratio, which that's another thing I know you teachers did, do your walkout for, because of the student to teacher ratio. That was a big issue, and it is a big issue.
It is.
But like in private schools, hell, if they full, they full. They don't take no more kids. That's another thing.
Well,
Public schools can't do that.
Yeah, they can't do that. They got to take the kids.
They got to take the kids. So it's like teachers, you're asking for something that, well, I guess systematically has to change.
That's what I told you. It's the system.
It does have to change because, they can't say, well, this public school is
because if you notice,
that's when the portables come in, my friends.
That's because if you notice, they will do, for instance, North Charleston High, right? So North Charleston High, when I did Nobody Grounds Like Us Top 20, last week I was in front of North Charleston High School. And across from North Charleston High School used to be the stadium, the football stadium, where they knocked that down. Mm-hmm. And they're building a, what is it?
Don't say apartment community.
No, it's a school. It's one of them.
They're a magnet school or something like that?
I think a magnet school. What's the other
charter
name?
School.
A charter school. They're building a charter school. Now, because why? Because they're gentrifying the area. It is more who are moving in, and they're building up that area, and they don't want their kids to go where? To North Charleston High School. So they're going to throw up a charter school, which I'm pretty sure is not going to be so charter. You know what I'm saying? Once they build that up. But that's the whole point. That's another thing that's why I say it's a political and it's the system, because these people could come in and say, oh, I don't want my kids going to that school. Oh, we need to go and we need to talk to the town hall. We need to have a town hall meeting. We need to talk to the mayor, whoever. Y'all need to build another school.
And maybe one of the things that would help is if they did have those multi-age classrooms, now that I think about it. Because, it seems like in certain areas you might have to have I don't know, you got 4 first grade classrooms. And then as you move up, it's only 2 second grade classrooms. Mm-hmm. Then might be 3 third grade classrooms. Then it just constantly it drops, as they move along. So maybe, the student to teacher ratio will work. If you did have 2 teachers in a classroom and you had a multi-age class together, that will work. So, but it's a system thing that has to change. It's not like we're picking on teachers. Nobody's just picking on teachers, but it's just kind of
it's the system.
It's just overlooked.
Yeah, I think it's when it comes down to it.
It was once they integrated, it's kind of leave well enough alone. Build
when they integrated,
charge
they said
more taxes for
when they
different
integrated
areas.
the schools, they basically all the white people just took their kids and was like, we're gonna go to a private school to get away from these niggers, and that's what
what happened.
Yeah. If you think about it, a lot of the white people who go to my kids' school, they in the military. And it'll never be you don't never hear no doctors or lawyers or them. It'll always be military white people who go to public schools. The mother rich white people they be going to private school. We got one right up the street, Cathedral. That's one right up there.
Look, I'm all for public school. The only reason I did private school 1 year because the public school I was zoned for. It was a black private Center for Learning in Columbia. Loved it. Mm-hmm. But anyway, loved it when you come in and your child learning about Marcus Garvey as a kindergarten
people child.
And his teacher is a black male teacher. It's just, I loved it. I loved the school. Loved it. A handful of students in the classroom, literally. It was awesome. It was a beautiful thing, But I only tried it because, the public school, it wasn't working. When my kindergartner is being sent to ISS, and then I'm dropping him off, and he dapping up somebody 2 times his height, and I'm like, how do you even know this kid? Oh, he was in school suspension. You 5.
That's like that child who got suspended. They suspend that little girl because she kicks. They arrested that little girl for kicking somebody.
Y'all be doing too. But you know what?
Y'all act like for one, we act like these little kids don't kick, bite, hit. Like let's start like that's what you put them in those environments for to learn, so they can learn social skills, how they're supposed to act opposed to the way they act. Now, should that little girl just have been going? No. She could have got suspended. She could have got it. You know, like they could have took her. She could have got some counseling and told why you don't. Yeah, here I say counseling for everything, but I say counseling because I really feel like counseling
it
works.
does work. It does work.
It gets to the root of shit. Like a lot of what counseling does is it's talking, because a lot of times we as adults are children because we don't know how to communicate and talk about our feelings. But as adults, we haven't been conditioned to talk and express our feelings. So a lot of times when you put counseling in the center of things, it's a good,
and I ain't talking
it's
about
a
just
good outlet, because
counselors.
not no guidance counselor, because they was not real counselors. Why did they do that shit? Guidance. That's why they call them guidance counselors. They ain't counsel a goddamn thing. I saw my guidance counselor in high school one time, and I didn't even know who she was. My guidance counselor.
I didn't know who. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I didn't know.
Only guidance counselor I remember is at Sander Elementary. Shout out to Miss Sullivan, because she used to have Buddy, and Buddy used to be a little dog puppet, and she made a little dog house out of a shoebox. And she put Buddy in there, and she'd be like, hey, y'all Sander Elementary, y'all remember?
I don't know.
And she'd be like, hey, y'all.
Not at my elementary school.
Buddy wants to know how you're feeling today. And then she'll be like, wait a minute, let's see if Buddy, are you in here? And she'll knock on the dog door, and then Buddy be like, hey, come out. Then he come out the dog. Oh, I love
we
you,
still
Miss
had got
Sullivan.
paddlings at my elementary school. We just did not. Nope. You got hit with the ruler in the principal's office if you went for something bad.
I think I should be a teacher.
Perhaps.
Because I feel like I'm at the stage where I just want to understand.
Y'all,
like if somebody
kids?
I think I should teach feelings and expression. I think they need to have a class for that. Just to teach,
drama?
To teach people's feelings, and we can use everything to teach feelings. And we can use a little theater, we can use music, we can use science, we can use a lot of things, because science is chemistry. We can use a lot of things to see how we evoke emotions, how we challenge emotions. Okay, I think that would be good.
It might be.
Yeah. So, and you could send them to me, like if a teacher is having difficulty with a student, they would send them to me instead of ISS. They would send them to me, and they'll sit down, and I'll be like, Timmy,
she's gonna have a problem with the teachers, because she's gonna be like, look, now you done sent this child several times, and that's because you don't want to do your job.
No, I wouldn't say it like that. I would say, well, it looks like to me, Mrs. Nickelback, that it looks like to me, Miss Nickelback, that, I've heard, you and your husband's been going through a strenuous divorce, and maybe you're projecting your feelings in this divorce onto little Timmy. Okay? And Timmy is only 6-7 years old. He does not know how to express himself and his emotions.
Her to look, Miss Nickelback gonna be.
He doesn't know how to express his emotions. And he really feels like you're picking on him. Now, what I think would be a great job if I get you and Timmy to sit down and you first express to Timmy first, hey, Timmy, I'm not upset with you. If you felt like I was treating you sometimes, Miss Nickelback is a human. Miss Nickelback is a human.
Look here, Miss Phillips, your job is to counsel these kids. So counsel them.
And then because
I would have out of my personal affairs. But counseling works. It does work. I don't know. Miss Nickelback might break down crying. You might hit a soft spot. It may be so.
And I'll pass her.
Maybe that's something else in the system we need to make sure that we have. I think they're working on that, because teachers
need counselors, children need counselors. They need counseling.
I think they are working on having. Some schools are working on having. And some of them do already. I'm not going to say working on having actually licensed medical counselors in the school.
I told
and
you.
that's just because it just took for the a couple kids to get knocked off.
Talking about the school shooting?
Yes,
well,
that's
that
the
shit
only
ain't gonna
reason.
stop no shit. I
That's
believe
the
my
only
husband
reason.
when he say them white boys be around here shooting up because they virgins and they can't get no pussy. Now, I believe that shit.
Male testosterone.
I believe that shit because when he say he looked up, when they talked about statistics of all them the shooters, they was virgins. Virgins.
What you propose they do? Parents take them to a whole house?
Listen, you know your son wants to fuck. Go get that nigga a prostitute and let him shoot up in the pussy.
You buying whores for the church.
Let the child shoot up in the pussy so he won't shoot up the people.
That's gonna work at the church.
What you mean? I sure will tell him that. Let me tell you what you do, okay? And let me tell you, that prostitute, she gonna make him feel special. She gonna be talking to him. She gonna make him feel special. You know, they don't have to do it. Let it go hire the woman. Let the woman come and act like she just, hey, do you mind? Oh, you're so handsome. And let it go.
It needs to be explained that you're on a drought. And it happens, I'm sure,
a drought means that something started and it stopped.
Whatever.
Theirs ain't never started.
Whatever. Pretend like you're on a drought. This is just training. This is training you. Keeping your virginity is training you for the drought. That after you get that one time poo nanny.
These are white people.
You gonna drop and go through a drought again?
They white people. They don't understand. They can't
Some
have
white girls getting waxed at like 15, 14.
Girl, I had one when I went to go get waxed. Child, it was a 14-year-old girl in there getting waxed. She was like, the lady sat down. She was like, oh, you're so pretty. I was like, oh, thank you. She's like, your makeup looks lovely. I said, yeah. I was like, this is my first time. She's like, oh, really? Yes, my daughter's first time, too. She's 14.
What a 14-year-old need to do it? That's a whole nother subject, child.
So if they can go get them girls pussycat waxed at 14, y'all can hire a hoe for your virgin ass son so they'll stop shooting motherfuckers up because they want some pussy. Okay? Just let them fuck so they can get that shit out of their system. If they hire somebody and say, listen, I don't want you to let him know that you a hoe.
I would not condone prostitution.
It's about to be legal and it's called sex work.
I don't condone
sex work.
I am going to make a poster and march against sex work.
Why? Why would you do that? Y'all be trying to get rid of stuff. It's a balance. It's shit happens in the world for a reason. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? No, what's it called when you take shit? When you take stuff out of the world. What do you do? No, that's sex trafficking. That's a different.
I know. That's what they be doing.
No, that's sex trafficking, prostitution, sex work. Y'all be taking stuff out, and it be messing up the fucking universe and the atmosphere. So when y'all stop taking sex work out and make it like abolishing it and making it illegal, then y'all about to have a bunch of men.
School shooting.
You gonna have a school shooting. It's gonna be back. It's gonna be them damn serial killers again. Motherfuckers gonna be fucking and raping motherfuckers and slicing them and killing them and shooting everybody up because all of that damn testosterone built up and they ain't got nothing to release that shit. You're fucking up the way the what it is. The
this
cycle.
This is what happens when you
fucking up the cycle.
Mix up a good drink. She tell you to make sure you keep hoeing around.
No,
because it been here since the beginning of time.
It has. Y'all, it's stuff that I can't think of the name. What is it when it's like when you take things, when you mess with stuff and you take things out of order and it messes up the
don't you just like the show? Don't you like the show? How you go from talking about teachers to saying
I'm just saying sex helps a lot of things.
It does.
So I'm just saying,
it's kind of like
if you
alcohol,
have more people who could go and have, if you have more people to go have sex, you know what I'm saying?
You're sweeping shit under the rug.
Yeah, just son. You know what? I think my son said, son. You know that's what they need is sex. When the father come in there and be like, son, have you had sex? Gosh, Dad, freaking fuck, the fuck, Dad. that's when you know, okay, he ain't had no pussy. He about to go shoot up a school. I got to go get a prostitute.
Or it's gonna be the website. Horse that prevents school shootings.
Horse for I don't know. I mean, it ain't gonna be no website. You just there's some underground, under the table shit you gotta do. Don't say I told you and I sent you. But I'm just saying, if you want the school shootings to stop,
thank you for calling Horse. Schoolshootings.com.
Or give them some guy, or make a virtual reality sex game or something where they feel
that
like
makes
they
it
have,
worse.
Oh.
Because then they gonna be a rapist. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Well, I'm just saying, it's something to this. Why they virgins and they shooting up schools? Come on now, what's it? And then you always hear one of them or two. Nobody liked me. She didn't talk to me. It's always a bitch ain't talked to them and said something to their ass because they wanted to fuck the girl and they was horny and they want some sex and they can't have none. Now y'all can do what the hillbillies do. Fuck the sheep, but I'm just saying, like,
Lord.
if you don't want to, I'm not promoting bestiality, but
yes, she is.
I'm not, but I'm just saying,
prostitution, not bestiality.
I guess on that note, we just need to go ahead and shut it
no
down.
cognac for this bitch.
Did you say the one was in
I
the drink?
did not, but what was in this drink, child, can't be in another one of hers. So we know what Cavassier does to you.
Ooh, girl, that Cavassier was smooth in the
It was smooth. So it was Cavassier, lemon juice, triple sec, shooken over ice, and that was pretty much
cherry.
It. I put a cherry in. I always gotta add some type of garnish. So I did the orange slice for garnish. Cause triple sec got that kind of orange-ish flavor. But yeah, it was real smooth.
And what was the drink called?
I ain't give it my own name, but if you want to try it,
you need to give it your own name.
I need to give it my own name.
Yes, that's what we do here.
Y'all, look, I had a long day.
Call it that.
Be doing a lot. So,
you said it was something before.
This was we gonna call this soccer mom.
That will help.
Cause it fits for my day. And hey, y'all ain't seen me pouring it up either.
It was really.
We gonna call it soccer mom.
It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Bitch, you got a lot on her plate.
Well, we're going to end it here because I guess I just crossed the line. Y'all don't hold this against me. I still, they should get some pussy. But anyways, we're going to end it on that note.
Okay, this is something a little different, but so we're going to have to toast to this.
And I'm going to shout out, my earrings that I'm wearing. It's by Denise with Finish in Touch.
I like those.
I love these too.
You had some other ones on a picture.
Which one? The ones that was blue and
they were like white and.
Oh yeah. She made those. Those I like those because they kind of like pin to the ear instead of like dangle. So it's like a hoop that can just kind of pin to your ear instead of loop around and dangle. Like so it's pinned. And then
really like those.
Mm-hmm.
I really like
I
those.
might give you.
I got some waist beads from her.
I might give you.
Girl, they been hating on my waist beads. I
might give you. I might give you a pair. I got some ducked off. I might give you that pair.
I got some button. What she call them stud earrings.
Oh. Well, shout outs to her and thank y'all for joining us for episode 25.
Thank you.
I'm kind of drunk, so I don't remember what it was called.
Teachers, we are on your side. This is our very special edition because Melissa got a little special at the end. So
y'all make yeah, that's what it was called.
Yes, it
very
was.
Special.
Y'all one drink.
No,
she did not.
So y'all make sure y'all go and follow us on Anchor FM, Spotify, and Apple Music, so y'all can actually check out this bonus VSOP episode that's coming up. Thank you very much. Clink, clink, clink.
Let's see what this one tastes like.